Okay, you realize in your house you got wasted space, so you get this bright idea like me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna make the closet bigger. But we got the wall all built, and now we gotta put a door in there. It's not as bad as you think. I'm gonna show you how. Since we got to the part to where now we're gonna put the door framing up, I'm gonna show you the way that I'm gonna do it. Two main things to think about. What size door you're gonna put in, and what you're gonna put in the closet should determine how big or small you want the door to be. And the other thing is, where's it going to be on the wall? For my purposes, I decided to have it closer to the wall. And the reason why is I wanted like a straight shot going up the stairs, right, looking straight ahead at the door. That was the first reason. The second reason is I'm going to put a return vent up here and take out those two pipes over there. So that made the determination on where I was going to put the door. And then obviously the size, I'm just going with a 30-inch door. That should be plenty to get the stuff we're going to put in the closet, which is mostly bins, etc. Nothing crazy. We're not like putting big pieces of furniture in there. So we've made it to this stage. We got the walls framed in. You can see I got this first one tacked up there, but this is where the door is gonna go. Now, one thing I did was, instead of trying to build the door and have this 2x4 already out, I just left it one solid 2x4, and then I made a mark labeling it door, because that's where the door is gonna go. And then right here, you'll see a letter J. Now that means a couple of things. This stud here is a main stud. That's called a king stud. But right here next to it, you need another stud, and the term is called a jack stud. You're gonna build the opening based on the size of the door. And you need a smaller stud right next to your main stud, because this is where you're gonna put the header, right across here, because you're not going to have a door that's really, really tall. You know, this is going to be a standard size door, which will be a 30 by 80. It means your rough opening is going to be 32 and 82 and a half. And I'll explain the reason why. You're going to have the jamb there and then a little bit of room in case you have to shim. So that's why you're going to have the opening be 2 inches wider and 2.5 inches bigger. Now that extra ½ inch is to take account for the subfloor and the finished floor, when you put the door in. Also too, you'll notice when you put the door in, the jamb will be extended past the bottom of the door. Maybe, I think it's like, I can't remember the exact size. I just can't remember it off the top of my head, but you'll have some room if you have to cut that jamb down, but not a lot. So now if you look here, I got my main stud here, which again, that's a king stud, and I put the jack stud next to it. I don't have this part nailed in yet. I just tacked it in so you guys could see. And that's gonna fall right in line with where my line is once I nail it in from where I had it marked on the floor. So if you come up here, now you see this stud is shorter than the main stud. Now, how are we gonna get that measurement of 82 and a half from here to there? So we gotta get the measurement from the floor, the subfloor, up to 82 and a half. So how are we gonna do that? Really simple. You put your tape measure down on the subfloor. You don't want to put your tape measure on your bottom floor plate because the measurement is going to be off. Normally that wouldn't be there, but I'm leaving that there and I'm cutting it off later. So what I'm going to do is just put it next to it, rest it on the subfloor, and measure up 82 and a half. Make a mark, which I already did. Now, when you go to cut it though, if you make the jack stud 82 and a half, it's going to be too long. And why is that? Well, that's because it's sitting right where we just wrote that J. That's where it's going to rest. So a 2x4 is 1.5 inches. So 82 and a half minus 1.5 gives you exactly 81. That's what you're going to cut the jack stud to. 81 exactly. One thing I forgot to do. When I put those first few nails in, I didn't have my safety glasses on. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if I look stupid. I don't care if I'm, a pansy. I don't care. Eye protection, wear gloves. I wear gloves. I don't care if it's unmanly. It keeps my hands from getting a million splinters a day, from getting smashed, from getting hit. The other thing is ear protection. If you don't wear ear protection and you're cutting with a saws and pounding nails, using a nailer, you're going to have ringing in your ears at the end of the day. And our bodies ain't going to last forever. Wear the safety stuff. I try to. Sometimes I do forget. Don't get me wrong, I'm like everybody else. But guys, just wear it. All right, here's the next step. We got to put a header running across here. This way we have something to attach the top of the door into. Okay? So we got to put one on top of here. How are we going to get that measurement? Really easy. Measure from here to here. That'll give you your width. 35 and 3/16. That's our exact measurement. Now, if you measured 16 inches out on your wall and you didn't have a door here, there'd be a stud somewhere in here. So here's the last one. So yeah, it'd be somewhere right in here. We need to put something else, and we call this a cripple. And the reason for this is it's going to provide support for the door and the sill up here at the top. Okay, got our jack studs in there. Like I said, I'll cut that later on, but that's it. That's how you frame an interior door.